I know I've been talking about don't rush into things, don't rush into sowing, don't fret about getting things done. We're still early in the season, but I've got something today that I need to do before things really start growing again, and that involves me taking you through this here door. And even though I'm a big advocate of leaving stuff to go fairly wild over the winter to help with the diversity of your garden, I don't think you'll be ready for quite what's through this door, so yeah, I'll get the camera and show you. Okay, you can see already what's in there. This is our absolutely gorgeous fruit cage, and at the moment it just looks like a pile of weeds, which I've got to be honest, who come down here, oh now get back in you. These two are enjoying, but yeah, let me explain. Yeah, so basically last year when avian flu was happening, the chickens spent most of their time in the polytunnel for their safety. And but when we allowed them out, we allowed them in here because it's a really nice big bit for them to roam around in. But it's only later on in the season we realised that they'd actually completely decimated the raspberry crop because they're just nibbled. We grow autumn growing raspberries, so autumn fruiting raspberries, so they get chopped right down every autumn, and they just pecked into the tip of each growing cane. And so nothing came, so I've got a few raspberries left there, but you can see that the rest of it needs a jolly good weed. That's what I would say, but also a job not for today, because I will not have time, is I need to get these things pruned. I've got the gooseberries there, I've got my currants here. They need a really good pruning. I did do a video on this a couple of years ago, I'll put it in a link at the end. But my thing today is these. And if you've watched the channel for any time at all, you will know what these are and why I sigh each time I see them. So I'm going to take them over to the table and tell you what's going on with them. Okay, well, these delightful specimens here are what's left of my blueberries. When I say what's left, literally, there were 3. Oh, I thought it was a slug. I have got, Chandler. Okay, blueberry Chandler, which is a late season. And I have got blueberry Spartan, which is an early season. Who knows what happened to the mid-season one? I can see the label, but there's nothing in the pot. But let's just say that after, how long have we been on this plot now? 4 years, 5 years. The most I have had is maybe 2 handfuls of blueberries. Now, before you say anything, they were planted in the ground. They were planted with ericaceous compost, and we left them there for a couple of years and thought it might just be because they're new plants and they're bedding in. After 2 years of no show, we thought, right, okay, let's go for another option. We'll put them in pots. So again, they were really cleaned up beautifully. They were, I checked the roots, and not great. Ericaceous compost again, and look, every year this time of year I think this might be their year. And when I got my handful of blueberries last year, I thought, that's it, I've cracked it. But I mean, you can see once again, can you see? I hope you can see. Once again, that is completely neglected. So this year I'm going to try again, and I'm really, really lucky that you'll have all heard of Sylvagrow compost by now. JB and Jessie went to the Melcourt factory, would it be a factory, where they actually made it, you know, great, go and see the video. It's really fascinating to see how they do. But yeah, from what I've heard, I've never used it, but Sylvagrow compost is just basically one of the best you can have. So I've been given a bag of peat-free, ericaceous, organic compost, and I think if they won't grow in that, something's going on. So today I'm going to take them out their pots, have a good look at the roots, see if there's something going on that I should know about, and give them some nice fresh soil. I'd pray if I thought that was any good. Maybe sing them a little song and hope for the best. At least the sun's out, sort of. That is just so nice. Very unusual. Oh, that's so nice. Sign of things to come. Right, what have we got here? We have got blueberry Chandler. Yeah, so this is the late season one. Now, you can see, oh, can you see? I hope you can see. It's got loads of buds on. It's got a broken, oh, that's broken. Let's get rid of that straight away. It's got loads of buds on. So it should, in theory, produce quite a nice healthy bush this year. Nothing looks diseased, nothing looks damaged. It's obviously it needs a really, really good prune, but I'm going to leave the pruning for another time. Today I just want to have as much up here to give me leverage to get it out of the pot. Yeah, let's just have a look. Right, here comes the mess, and maybe a broken blueberry. Oh, you see, that's too easy. Look at that, look at that. They are the roots. Good grief. I know it's got grass. Look, there's longer roots on the grass. That is crazy. Now, I don't know, let's clear some of this off. We'll see if we can look at the roots themselves, if there's anything of them. Oh no, I'm just going to sit on that now. Well, it's sodden, which it will be, which is one of the reasons I haven't done this till now. But there's moss on the top, which tells you it's waterlogged. But really, I mean, they do like a free draining soil. I mean, sadly, is that a root? Yeah, that's a root. Sadly, I've only got a tiny bit of vermiculite left, so I should really wait until I can replace it. But I'm hoping. Oh God, that's awful. That's why I'm not getting any berries. Right, let's put that there. I'm just going to tip this out. It's like magic, isn't it? Hey, 1 minute they're empty, the next minute they're full. And for those of you who have made their own videos before, you will know just how frustrating it is when you get home and realise that your card cut out halfway through filming. So, short of tipping them out of their pots for even further disruption, I am going to leave those in the pots that I've put them in. They look really, really good, but in fairness to Sylvagrow, I did say I'd talk about their soil, and so there is a tiny bit left, and there is just enough to pot what I've got. I think possibly just off camera here, which I'll show you in a minute. But I've got to say, working with it, and what I was saying in the bit that apparently I wasn't recording, was just very often, I think nowadays we all know with compost, you know, quality can vary from bag to bag, from brand to brand, even within the same brand, year on year you get different quality. But this one, the Sylvagrow Ericaceous 100% peat-free compost, will just say here, there is no affiliate link. They were kind enough to send me this bag, and I said I would tell them exactly what I thought of it. And what I can say so far, I mean, we haven't seen the results yet. I might get no blueberries at all. It wouldn't make any difference from previous years. But so far, it's such good stuff, or it feels like good stuff. It feels like when you open this, instead of it being a bit of potluck, it's just really lovely. So to show you, it's only just enough for me, because I potted those blueberries on so well. Let me show you that. I'm hoping that you are going to be able to see just how beautiful that is. The texture, it's fallen all over the table. The texture is fantastic. And I know this seems odd if you're not a gardener, but it smells of the woods. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't smell like mud. It doesn't smell of nothing. There's a really pleasant smell about it. So I am hoping now that I'm going to be able to fill, or at least half fill this pot, because in my prunings from last year I put a few in a bucket, and that bucket filled with water, and I completely forgot about the bucket until about a week ago I noticed this stick. And to be honest, I've got no idea if it's a currant or a blueberry, but both prefer acidic soil. And if you look at the roots, they're doing it. Can you hear the rain? That's the rain. They're doing a darn sight better than the blueberries that I potted up. So I'm going to give this one a chance. I think that'd be quite nice by potting it up in the Sylvagrow. And it'll just be another thing that we can keep an eye on as the season goes on. So, have you ever done that? Have you ever divided a plant or just threw a few things out of the way? And, crikey, that's coming down really heavy. And then, found them a year later. Let's put that on there. Okay, I've just half filled it with the compost. This is nothing special. I'm going to dump it in, give it a little bit of a twirl round so the roots aren't all in one place. You can't see a thing, can you? I'm putting a stick in a pot. I'm putting some soil on top. It's a nice thing to do, especially when it's raining like this. So I can get in the polytunnel now. But yeah, we will see, because I've got, if it is a currant, I've got currants in the ground in the fruit cage anyway, so we'll see how this does compare to them. And look, just enough. I tip the last of that out. I'm really sorry, Sylvagrow, that I didn't record potting up the blueberries, which is what I was supposed to be doing. But we've now got 3 pots. That's it, all gone. 3 pots for the price of 1. Firm that in all the way round. Can you see? You can't see. Does it matter? I don't think it does. We have now got 3 blackcurrant and 2, hopefully, well-behaved blueberries. So, I'm going to take you outside when this rain stopped and show you what Mike's been getting up to. Right then, you 3. It's your last chance. Okay, if you look over there, you'll see that Mike's somewhere slightly different. So let's go around and see what he's up to. And so we're going to leave our plot. And actually, we're going to have a little walk up the lane, because we are now, well, I'll let Mike explain it to you in a minute. Okay, quite a different entrance to the one you're normally used to. And here we have, it's the man himself. Hey Mike.
Oh, hello.
What you doing?
Well, so what I'm doing is I'm preparing the ground for an ambitious squash project that I've got lined up for this summer. I've been given a kind of a patch of ground about 30 feet by 30 feet by a very kind plot neighbour. Hey Dave. And I'm basically digging out some nice sort of bucket-sized holes for my squash. I've half filled them with good compost, and I've done a little bit of a no-dig type thing over the top here with it as a mulch to keep any weeds down, because we've got a little bit of bindweed on here. So what I'm very excited about is the varieties of squash that I'm going to grow, and I've got some real room for some unusual varieties here. So I've got things like Queensland Blue, I've got Guatemalan Blue Banana, if you could conjure with that one. I've got Delicata. I've got crookneck squash, or crookneck, and I've also got some old favourites like the old Blue Hubbard and the baby Blue Hubbard, and my favourite of all, the Crown Prince. So that's what I'm doing. I've marked all my stations out here with little poles, because when things start to grow over the next month or so, when things start to warm up a little bit, I might lose track of where I've prepared the ground, but hopefully it's going to be bang on, super duper ready for some amazing varieties of squash. So that's what I'm doing, Jane.
So there we have it. It's got its very own squash patch. the way along. It's a bit like, it feels a bit odd. It feels like a little bit like we're heading for a divorce. But yeah, isn't that great? He's got his own patch, although he has discovered it's full of bindweed. So I know Linda from the Feel Good Garden, you'll be able to sympathise with that. But yeah, what would you do if you were given your very own patch of soil and you had to grow one crop in it? What would you grow? I think squash is a good bet, and they do look so good, don't they, when you come to harvest them. But yeah, so that's one of our changes for this year. I've got a few more things coming up in the next couple of weeks that I want to share with you, but I think for now you've probably had enough. So I'll see you next time. Bye.